Welcome to the Tenant Registry help videos. In this video I'm going to register as a landlord on Tenant Registry. Registration for landlords and letting agencies is completely free and the form is straightforward. Anybody who's familiar with registering on websites will find the registration process very easy. So let's go ahead and register a landlord on the Tenant Registry. The registration form can be found via the top menu here, Join the Tenant Registry, or there is a button down here which is for Join Now, and we can access the registration form via that too. So on this occasion I'm going to use the top menu and join the Tenant Registry here. So here's the form. As you can see, it's very straightforward. It'll take a couple of minutes to complete, and once completed a verification email is sent to the user, and then after confirmation of the email you can log into the registration. Okay, so let's go ahead and complete the form. So here we are with the completed information on our landlord. I didn't want you to have to wait while I went through the field, so let me just go through the important parts. The landlord that we are creating is Reginald Tenant, and he will be used in all the videos that we are creating for the help. So we'll have a quick look and see what we have. Reginald Tenant is a landlord. He can register as a letting agent, in which case the letting agent name would come up, or he can register as a landlord and a letting agent. So on this occasion we have a landlord. The information here relates to Reg as a landlord. He's been landlord for over 16 years. He has 12 properties, his age group, he's not a member of any organisation, and the question relating to landlord alerts he's answered yes to. This is a function of the system where we will alert a landlord of any tenant who fits certain criteria who is registered on the Tenant Registry. So that may be a tenant is registered in the property area where Reg is a landlord. In this particular case he's got some properties in Coventry and in York, so he puts down the postal code for the area, and the system will send him an email if a tenant is registered onto the system and alert him to the fact that there may be a problem tenant looking for a property at that particular time. We ask a few questions for marketing. So he heard about us from a search engine. His username is reg10, his password entered, and then we ask questions relating to whether or not he wishes to receive any newsletter information. The newsletter information that we send out is relative to legal and tenant registry information, so anything that's happening to the market. Recently in the budget we were told that landlords were responsible for the verification of their tenants, so that would be an example of something that would go in our newsletter and an article information. This tick box here relates to any partner services that we have. Currently we have partner services with internet sites such as section21.com, where you can download free Section 21s, and if anything comes online that we think is of interest that we can partner with, we'll let you know. This one here relates to our Twitter feed, and what we would like, if you can help us, would be that we can announce you as a tenant registered landlord on Twitter. We don't put your full name down, we simply put down your initials and where you are from. So for example here the announcement would say RT for Reg Tenant. So RT has become a registered landlord of Tenant Registry, and we would say RT excuse me, RT from Metro Town has registered on Tenant Registry as a landlord, and it just helps to promote the Tenant Registry. The next tick box is for terms and conditions, which you will have read, and if you need to browse over them you can see them down here at the bottom footer menu. And the final thing is to put the security code in. Sometimes this can be difficult to read and you may be asked to resubmit. If you are, all that will happen is that the passwords will disappear, the rest of the form will be retained, and a new security capture code will appear, and you retype it into the box and resubmit. So hopefully I've read this correctly, and let's go ahead and register. Great. Reg 10 has been registered. This is a confirmation message to tell him that the email has been sent to his email address, and for him to check his spam or junk mailbox just in case it's arrived in there. And all he has to do to be able to complete the registration is to click on the email, and that will verify him as a user and take him to the login. So let's do that. So here's the verification email arrived into the inbox. We'll just click on this link here. That should take us back to the, there we go, back to Tenant Registry, and we can log in now onto the site using and away we go. We're into the site, into the back end, the back office. Just a small note here, which I'll cover in the other videos, is just a welcome message pop-up, and this is asking any user if they find any bugs in the system or any problems to let us know. It's a new system, it's been thoroughly tested, but you can never tell 100%, and we'd like to know if there's any problems. So click that, and that's the end of this training video for registration. The next video will detail the function of the Tenant Registry. Thank you very much, and I look forward to speaking to you soon.